When she said that, it was like it hit me, and I knew what she was talking about. And then I'm not gonna lie, I started crying because I was thinking like, oh my God, my mom's about to kick me all up out the house. And so then, I just admitted it to her. I was like, you know what, Mom, you're right. She said, I know about it. I'm gonna say this name. I'm gonna say the name drop. I don't want to do all that. But she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, okay, yeah, I admit it. And I admitted it to her. And she said to me, I'm angry with you. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, here it goes. She's about to give it to me. She's gonna kick me out the house because my mother's parents are Pentecostal pastors. So my mother was raised, in a very strict household, and so my mother, my mother's, a hardcore. I wouldn't say she's a hardcore Christian, but my mother, she is very, she's very set into her faith, and she's very, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I'm trying to find. She's very, you know what? Lack of better words, my mother is a hardcore Christian. So, so I'm thinking, I'm about to get jacked up. She's going to kick me out the house. She's going to tell me I'm going to hell and this and that. And she was like, I'm mad at you. And she said, I'm mad at you because you didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me. And then she was like, I love you. And she said, she told me that she said, I love you no matter what. God gave me, you are my first son. And she said she loves me no matter what. And she said God made me just the way I was supposed to be. And if anyone has anything to say about that, they can answer to her. And she told me that aspect of my life is between me and God and has nothing to do with anyone else. And so, that really touched me. And I began to cry once more and again. And, she hugged me. And then she said, and your stepdad's downstairs, he wants to talk to you. So I was really, needless to say, I was really nervous. My stepfather was down in the basement. So I went down the basement. All the lights was out except, all the lights were out, and my stepdad was looking out a window, right? And what did he have? He had I think he had a bat in his hand. He had something in his hand, and I was so scared like he's about to beat me half to death. He didn't even look at me. He looked out the window, and he just said, are you gay? And I just said, I kind of looked, and I was like, no. I thought he was about to beat me with that, whatever, I forget. I think it was a bat or a pipe or something. And he looked at me, and he walked up to me, he gave me a hug. He said, if you was, he said, okay, well, if you was, I love you anyway. And he walked up the steps. And it was like, he knew. And from that day on, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's all been, happy days, rainbows, and sugar plum fairies and roses. Me, my mother, and my stepdad, we've had, not so much, and surprisingly not so much with my stepdad, but me and my mother, we've clashed on a few occasions. But one thing, clashed on a few occasions because of me being gay. But one of the things that I have to honestly say about my mother is that she's an extremely open-minded person, and she is the reason why I'm so set on the whole thing of loving people, is because my mother does that. My mother lives that. My mother does not care. My mother doesn't care if you are a murderer. My mother does not care if you're gay. My mother does not care if you are a hobo. My mother, it's all about love. My mother will hug and nurture anyone. My mother is probably one of the great. There's no probably to it. My mother is the greatest human being I've met thus far in my life. And I really thank God and appreciate her open-mindedness. I appreciate the fact that she is able to see beyond things she may not necessarily agree with. And that's the thing, my mother has never told me that. She's never told me she didn't agree with my lifestyle. She's never told me that, what I was doing was wrong. She's never, ever made me feel as if I was less than because of my sexual preference, which for me is something that I cannot help. I feel I was born this way, and I feel God made me just the way I'm supposed to be, And so yeah, but yeah, okay, so that's my coming out story. So there you guys go. Now you have the full lowdown on me and my coming out story. So moving on. what is my exercise routine slash program. Now, I originally did a lot of weightlifting, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you can tell, I'm getting a tad bit smaller. Like, I'm getting more slim. I'm trying to lose. I don't know if you can see me completely, but I'm actually trying to lose more weight. I still have my muscles. I think you can tell me if they look smaller or whatnot, but what I'm trying to do is I've gotten all the muscle I want to get. So what I want to do now is to get more slender, lose more body fat, and become more ripped. So I've been supplementing Shaun T's Insanity workout with my normal weightlifting workout. And let me tell you guys, the Shaun T's Insanity program, that stuff is really, it really is challenging, extremely challenging, and I wouldn't advise anyone to try it unless, number one, you really do need to get a checkup and make sure that it's a healthy program for you. So I would go and get direction from your doctor, and number two, it's not for people who are not in shape. It's for people who are already in shape who are trying to get to the next level. So yeah, Insanity is really, really, really difficult, extremely difficult. But it is an amazing program, and I honestly can say I begin to see results in a matter of, honestly, 6 days. I begin to see results. So yeah, and you know what's funny, because I thought to myself if I should record myself doing the Insanity workouts and put them on YouTube for you guys to see and laugh at me, but I'm not gonna do that. Because that would be too embarrassing. Because I mean, I'll tell you, by the end of the workout, you're probably going to be laid out in a pool of sweat, just like because that's me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd be having to take little breaks in between some of the workouts. You know, I'd be cussing Shaun T out because he be about ready to break me down. Be breaking me down. You know, call upon the blood of Jesus sometimes when I need to. But anyways, so that's my workout routine. I do weightlifting, and I supplement a Shaun T's Insanity workout DVDs. And the last question is, am I in a relationship? Now, technically, no, I'm not in a relationship. Me and someone who I was interested in, we were kind of talking, but we fell out of communication really, really, really bad. And I think they've lost interest in me, maybe. If that's the case, you know, I have no ill will towards them. They lost interest in me, you know. Can't win them all. But yeah, so those are the answers to the questions, and I hope you guys found them satisfactory. And until next time, peoples, you know, take care, and make sure not to neglect my Fabled verse site either. You know what? I haven't even put a video. You know what? I'm probably have to put a video. I'll probably put this one on there too. I'll have to. I think I'm allowed to. I don't know if that's like against FIVEblackgUys. I'll have to ask and make sure. But if I'm allowed to, this video will be on the FIVEblackgUys website, as well as my Fabled verse site on YouTube. So until next time, peoples, take care.